Hello. So today I'm answering questions about Levi's role in all of this, how Levi is affected by all of this. All questions Levi. For those of you that don't know, I don't know who wouldn't, but Levi is my son that is 4 and he is not autistic. Um, so, first things first, no, I don't think Levi fully comprehends that Ryker has autism, but he does comprehend that something is different about Ryker. I think that kids are really, really smart, and sometimes you don't even have to say anything, and they just kind of are in tune with their surroundings. And immediately, when Gage and I started dating and all that, and Ryker and Levi were playing together, it was pretty obvious how different they were. Not only are these kids, not only is Levi not autistic and Ryker is, but they are polar opposites in every single way possible. Ryker is more sensitive and loves puzzles and putting things together and sitting down and doing that kind of thing. Levi is very, very active, always moving, getting into things, social, always talking, loves activities, that sort of thing. So they're opposites in every way. They play together awesome. Like as of right now in our life, they play together really, really good. But Levi has definitely taken on the big brother role, even though he's younger. And I think that's just because, I don't know if it's because he's just a leader personality or if it's because he kind of realized that Ryker isn't in a normal older brother situation. He's very, very defensive when it comes to Ryker. He actually, funny story, we were camping this summer and someone moved Ryker out of the way because he was not moving, of course. And Levi turned around and he was like, "Hey, don't push my brother." So I mean, he definitely acts like the big brother. And he definitely bugs him like a big brother does. I think that the way their bond is now is so, it's so young that, they can seem to get along pretty well usually. Do I think that they will, grow up and talk about girls in the same way and have the same interests and do all that? Probably not. Sometimes Ryker's relationships can only be surface deep. He picks and chooses and goes in phases when certain relationships are more important to him at that point in his life. And the thing with autism is you don't know necessarily what they're going to be like when they get older. The older Ryker gets, the more obvious his autism has become. So I'm not sure what it's going to be like when they're older, which means I'm not sure what Levi and Ryker's relationship will be like. Levi is very, very patient with Ryker. He's very giving with Ryker. I would say he's more giving with Ryker than he is with other kids, meaning if Ryker takes something from him, he tries not to make it a big deal every time. When Ryker says something, mean, he doesn't always, he kind of just lets things slide more than he normally would. As far as the tantrums go and how Levi reacts to them, at first he would kind of just stare and get upset. Now they're nothing to him. He's just okay, moves on and goes and does his own thing. Ryker definitely gets more attention when he's having a meltdown of some sort, but Levi doesn't try to override that extra support that Ryker's getting in that time. Like I said, he's always been very, very understanding of the situation, very intuitive, very, he knows that it's different, Kids are so smart. It is crazy what they read into. Um, and as far as like Levi and how he thinks, like if Levi thinks that Riker gets more attention in general, because we have different sets of rules for the boys even. Um, Sometimes it's hard, but I honestly would say that Levi is just so understanding for a 4-year-old. He's just like, okay. Usually, like, he's just like, all right. Um, I try and give one-on-one time with Levi too, so that he feels like he's just as important and he has just as much one-on-one time. He loves to go to my parents' house, and he gets lots of one-on-one attention there too, which I think helps. I think it's helpful to him. I can understand how kids get lost when they have a sibling that is any sort of special needs, just because so much attention and focus goes on correcting their behavior when, he usually just learns from action, like from watching us. Um, it's hard. It's hard to have separate rules. It's hard to expect your 4-year-old to understand. It's hard to fully grasp how different your kids are. It's hard. But I think it's harder as parents than it is for them. And, sometimes I feel like Riker could care less if Levi was around, but other times he says he misses them. So, I don't know. And it's so hard for Riker to express things, so I don't know. It's definitely interesting. So tomorrow I'm going to talk about if Riker will catch up to other kids his age, and also like programs that he's in now. And then, yeah. So thanks again for watching. I appreciate it. Let me know if you have any more questions.